And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 177. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great weekend as well. And in this episode of the MSK show, we are going to be doing a Absolute Wonder Woman #2 comic book review a little bit later on. And then we're also going to have our usual one topic for the show. We're going to be talking about DC Comics getting some pretty big, massive order numbers for Batman Hush 2. So you guys are probably thinking, like, isn't that Hush 3? Because there's a Heart of Hush sequel, which is written by Paul Dini. Yeah, so technically this is Hush 3, but keep in mind, Paul Dini, the guy you know that wrote the Paul Dini Omnibus, the Batman the Animated Series, he wrote the first 2 Arkham games. He is the writer of Heart of Hush. So I'd imagine for Jim Lee, since Jeff Loeb didn't write that one, and I don't think he even did art for that one either, besides I think the covers. I don't think he considers that canon to his Hush, because they would just call this like Hush Revenge or something like that. Because there already is a Hush 2 that exists out there. And you know what's crazy, man? Like when you type up, because I already knew it was Paul Dini who wrote it. I typed in who wrote Heart of Hush or Hush 2, and they said it was Jim Lee and Jeff Lowe. I was like, no, they're not on that. I know that for sure. So whenever you guys see those like bullet points and AI overviews, keep in mind, sometimes it could be off for information. I literally looked it up and I was like, wait a minute, I know he did not write Heart of Hush. I know that for sure, you know? So for Hush, we are going to be doing a bit of a nice little celebration, I guess you would say, a little project. As you guys know, I like that story a lot. So I originally bought the Hush trade paperback long time ago. I couldn't find it when I had all my packages, so I just bought it again at Cosmic Comics last year when I was at the Geeks and Gamers F&T meetup for 2024. Cosmic Comics, my God, this place is amazing. Holy shit. Hey, keep in mind, I understand why stores got to charge certain prices, but goddamn, is MSRP a bitch at stores. Like, I told people this, I never really buy omnibuses from like a shop because it's just, I can't. Like, people don't know this. I have rarely bought an omnibus straight up. I always just kind of paid it off. I had to, because an omnibus is anywhere between, like, even cheapest people can sell it are like $80, $10 tax and all the freaking fees they have to, endure when selling some of those books. So, like, I think I've only bought maybe 1 or 2 omnibuses just straight up. And this is back when I had my taxes and stuff like that back then. But I was like, man, I never buy that stuff fully out. I'm paying that shit off over time. People go, is that bad? Not really. I mean, it's like $24, sometimes $40 every pay cycle. It's not that bad, really. Yeah. I know I'm going to pay it off. It's hooked up to my bank account. It has to go out. It literally just automatically leaves. I don't really get a choice. So keep in mind, it's a loan agreement. I bought the item and I told them I was going to pay them back. That's pretty fine, right? So I also have the DC Compacts comic Batman Hush book as well, because they chose to have that in the first lineup of the DC Compact comics. And then after that, I have the Batman Hush Omnibus as well. I actually have that. And that also doesn't have the Heart of Hush sequel. I actually looked at the solicitations for it even before I bought it. I was like, this doesn't have Heart of Hush? It does not. So apparently Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb, maybe they weren't very happy that they got a sequel to their really acclaimed story. Maybe, I'm not saying there's drama there, but I just find it weird that, well, keep on, Jim Lee's the chief editor of DC Comics. So he just had that, okay, I can definitely, not put Heart of Hush there in the omnibus, because, like, it should be there. But I'd already bought Heart of Hush. I remember I bought like a library edition a long time ago. I couldn't find it either. So I just went and rebought Heart of Hush again. So Heart of Hush rebuy book that I bought should be here roughly about a week before Hush 2 drops. And as you guys know, when it comes to like reviewing comic books in order, it's very hard. So like when we're going to review like Batman issue number 158 that has Batman Hush 2, basically when that arc is over, that automatically doesn't mean we're going to start like fucking reviewing all of the Batman issues in that series. To do that effectively, I could just review the trade paperbacks all the way up to that point, and even review the trade paperback that has the Hush 2 arc in it. Like, generally when it comes to like issues like that for Batman, we're just going to be going over Hush 2, and then it's going to get rebooted anyway. It's going to relaunch with a number one, and then we'll just start freshly at the new number one with Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez, obviously. You know, when it comes to like comic book reading orders, I like them, but when it comes to like people's finances and what they actually own for as comic books, it's better if you want to do things in order with a specific run. So you guys saw me review The Amazing Spider-Man, World Without Love, Volume 1 by Zeb Wells. Yeah, if I wanted to review a run from someone, I would start it at number one because, well, that would make perfect sense. It's the starting point. But for me to start at the very beginning to get to where it's at now, that's just financially not possible for me. And second of all, you can honestly just start at where an arc begins and then just go from there. You know, because there's always those videos where it says best book jumping on for new readers and stuff like that too. So, you know, there's different ways to do it in comic books, actually. Like even omnibuses aren't really technically in order. Like recently, I'm pretty sure you saw it. DC Comics put out the James Tynion the Fourth Omnibus Volume 1 for his run on Batman after they booted Tom King off because, well, he's a fucking hack. It's a lot of come on, guys. They still have it printed Batman by Tom King in omnibus format. People said, but they did it in a book one collected edition. Yeah, they didn't do an omnibus yet. You know, I'm surprised they're not going to waste paper on that fucking guy. But they did for a book one, and people were like, are they going to continue the whole book one thing? I don't know. They put out book one last year in November. So yeah, it's just very hard to just get stuff reviewed in order for comic books. I try to do as best I can with like beginning of an arc to where this arc is at, but that's like the best I could do, you know? So if you ever see me review an omnibus, I ain't doing it at the very beginning. It's not happening. I'm just going at it random where I can see. But how was your day, man?
I was good. Been busy today, running around doing stuff, went to a doctor's appointment.
Oh,
good health.
Yeah, man. Running around all day. Work. Like I went to the store, came home, sat down. I already paid my rent, as I told you guys already. So I'm already good on that for the whole month. My internet bill doesn't come out till the 15th or 16th, so I'm pretty much good on that. I just went and got food, and that's it. Because as you guys know, when you got paid, my fridge was getting a little depleted there. I went to the store in about a few weeks, had to go and replenish it, you know, had to go and pick out some stuff from my refrigerator that I'm not going to be eating and just give it to people that I knew at my older apartment complex that needed it more than me, because I could just rebuy it at some point anyway. So that's pretty much it. Just a whole day full of getting paid, getting bills done, and then coming home and reading comic books. That's just pretty much it. You know, I will say this, guys. The reason why you guys haven't seen me review a trade paperback in some weeks, your boy needed a break. I don't say I was burnt out, but when you review freaking trade paperback after trade paperback after trade, it just, God, man, we did it. Because the Rippaverse books are essentially like trade paperbacks anyway, given how big they are, you know, because they're not the standard floppy. We went from The Horseman, we went from that to Green Lantern, Back in Action Volume 1, Transformers, Transport to Oblivion. After that, we did fucking what was it? Ultimate Invasion. After that, we did Ultimate Spider-Man, Absolute Power. That's a lot. Absolute Power was 200 pages. I read that in about an hour and 30 minutes. Then Eric Weathers' book, Battle Brick Road, that's 100 pages right there. You know, so I had to kind of calm down on some of the trades I was reading. I was like, oh my God, that's a lot. Holy fuck, that's just so much. Good Lord.
Yeah.
But it's been easier to read like single floppy issues, you know, because after the big issue number ones, because now with like issue number ones are like 40 some pages, the next issue is like 28, 24 pages. You know what? I may have been wrong back in the day about 20 pages is not enough for the reader for $3.99. No, it's good enough. It's good enough for me when you've been hammering through all this stuff constantly. You know, I'm totally good on that. But we're going to be going over this in just a moment here. As you guys know, today, my brain utterly fried, and it fried because something that we already talked about on the MSK show a while ago turned out to be true. It's just, gosh, when people go, well, as long as the acting's good, it's okay to race swap, and it's like, why can't you just have a good actor and it's the right race? It's like, are you just a mouth-breathing idiot? People, because average idiots will be like, well, I'm always going to take good acting over an accurate description. Is there a rule you can't have both? Is there a rule? that says you can't have both? Or people are going to go, well, you only wanted just all white people casted. And even if I did, let's just say that's an argument. Let's just say I did. Why does that matter? What the fuck does that matter? Like, fucking hell, man. Good Lord. Like, today, this guy had a tweet. He retweeted like LG. You guys don't know the black guy who works at the strip club. A guy retweeted one of his things and he said, literally right here, word for word, you are not a comic book fan if you still support Eric July. Just an autist. Yeah. I shit you not. Right here. I'll prove it right now. See, one thing I'm like seriously talking on my ass. Actually, just stupid. I find it weird how these people they couldn't tell you what a trade paperback even is or a floppy are going to tell other people what they can and cannot be comic books like to be a fan of. I find that so
that's
weird.
ridiculous.
People that wouldn't know a comic book from a hole in a wall are going to tell you how to be a fan and what to not be a fan of. Like, these people don't even know what's going on in mainstream, yet they're going to tell you what's going on. Oh, my fucking God. But here, this is
it's that pretentious shit where they like, let's see here. You're not a comic creator if you're busy nitpicking at Eric July. You're a drama farmer.
So LG's one is right here. You're not a comic creator if you're busy nitpicking at Eric July and Rippaverse as well as others. You're just a drama farmer. This guy said, you're not a comic book fan if you still support Rippa, just an autist. What does that even mean?
Yeah, I have no idea what that means. I agree with what LG said though, is if you're just spending all day nitpicking another
Eric
creator,
July,
you're a drama farmer. You're not a comic book creator.
Yeah, it's one of these things where it's like, what was this person's bio? I know it's always some fucking trash from these guys. Check out my lovely, it's one of these people where they're like, oh, buy my book, it's better. And it's like, bro, like, it's okay. For other people who don't get this when it comes to these people, the reason why people haven't bought your shit is because, granted, this is kind of harsh. Maybe they don't like it. Maybe people did check it out and they don't like it. Or they just have no interest.
Or they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You got like 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Maybe 10 of them will even bother checking out the link to your book. Yeah.
You're not going to see much of a turnaround. So, not being seen is not necessarily a hit on quality, but it could be. I mean, that's one of the hard things about creating shit is that you don't know, okay, is it bad or is it just not being seen? Because, I used to think the most scariest thing about making a comic book was going to have people tearing me apart.
Yeah.
I'm lucky if I get someone to respond back and say yay or nay, or that was good, or along those lines. Like, people just don't like commenting at all when it comes to that stuff. So it's the silence is worse than the bad comments, and people just might not see your shit, or it might not be good, or it has a really small audience. Like if you're doing detective stories with a weasel character or some shit, you're only going to get people who like to watch weasel character detective stories. You're not going to get a wide audience.
Or you have people that kind of, let's say, went after Rini Draws, the girl that does the Fiendish comic book series, actually, who's I'll say this. I can understand why people think she's attractive. She's pretty attractive on just the outside surface. She's like apparently some black-haired Asian chick that's into anime and comics. To be fair, that's pretty stereotypical because that's where most of that shit is. But she looks decent. She's not an ugly person. Now, would I date this person? Probably not. But, people say, you never had a chance. Then again, that's also probably true, But people that got mad at this video, and it actually blew up. And she didn't do anything wrong. She on Twitter, people are still on there, and they look at her content. She's really trying to, put out a positive atmosphere for indie comic books, Because I tell people this all the time, and, well, you know this as well as I do, man. Like, people just don't get it when it comes to, like, indie comic books because their brains – I swear people's brains never move. Even if you were to tell someone exactly like, hey, I have a pot of gold, walk 10 feet to pot of gold, get pot of gold, cash in gold, become a millionaire. Some random idiot would go, man, my knees hurt. I have arthritis. I can't go. And it's like, damn, do you just like not understand, comprehend anything? Are you just that much of a fucking retard? Like, people in this did the exact thing I thought they were going to do, which is they did the thing where it was, well, she didn't shout out my favorite person, so that means she didn't care. Guys, when it comes, and that's always the problem with shout out videos, and that's the reason why I don't really do that like I did way back in my other bigger channel, is because people are always going to get jealous that they weren't shouted out, or that their parasocial friendship with another random weirdo they've never met in their real life got shouted out. That's it. It's really why they're mad. They're mad because they weren't the one. Listen, keep in mind, it's her own personal fucking video to shout people out. Why would she shout out a random fucker she doesn't know? Well, that doesn't even make logical sense.
This stuff isn't easy to do, to get in front of a camera and do shit like this. So she kind of just forgot. She was tense and anxiety of the moment. I mean, just like,
and keep in mind,
people need to calm down.
How are you gonna freaking oh goodness gracious? And keep in mind, there's a lot of indie comic book companies out there. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Like there's, man, God, you guys have never heard of this one. It's the people that do the there's this black character. It's called Cronsent Comics. The guys from Philly. They do the Acolyte, not the Star Wars series. They have a character called Acolyte.
That sounds familiar.
Anybody know? Yeah, see, only we would know that because we know comic books, you know. But she is not going to sit here and name every single random indie comic book here. That is actually just ridiculous. People got mad also because they said she didn't shout out CG. You mean the same CG that treated her insanely bad? Yeah, I wouldn't shout them out either, honestly. If someone gave you like a leeway to kind of, let's say, get seen and promoted, that's one thing. But if that entire scene just kind of turns on you and treats you like shit, you have no actual obligation to shout them out. The reason why I say this is because someone should be promoting you because they actually want to promote you, because they don't want to get anything out of it. They probably thought promoting her, obviously she's a girl, she's going to grow, because to be fair, even though her books might be pretty good, she's a girl, she's going to get people that are followers just because she's a girl. It's just how that works with guys. The guys probably thought, hey, she gets big, I can get a little piece of that if I promote her right now. That's what they were thinking. Yeah. And then when they didn't get that, she hadn't grown to that massive level they probably thought. They just started treating her like shit. Have you guys seen what Shane and John Malin were doing to her? I mean, I'm not some white knight. I'll ever send for girls. That's never going to you'll never say that to me. But I could understand why she wouldn't want to be around those two. That's just like, just annoying, just completely unnecessary cringe to be around these people. And then, the whole Ethan stuff, I mean, you've probably seen all that. It's like, why? You just got to disassociate. Just be like, I'm fucking done. I'm not in this anymore, He
just brings too much crap.
Good gosh. Man, the melting down of these comments were just, they're pretty fun, honestly. I loved it. Obviously, there was people here that liked her video, obviously, but then I wonder which ones. Let's see. It's probably going to be in the quote tweets. The quote tweets these were just wild. Man, 42K views. I need to be a fucking Asian girl and just talk about this then. That's how you get views on Twitter. That's how you go viral. That's how you get viral. That's how you do it. Fucking hell, man. Good old Ethan. Let this fucking fat fucker say. Why does this group of indie creators only seem to make content for other indie creators? I don't even know what that even means. Isn't that what you do? That's what you do. What the hell? That's projection. That is literally what you do.
Well, he's a walking hypocrite. So
isn't that what CG does? His version of what commentators. I mean, that's what they should be doing. Because it wasn't his big thing at one point. Grab an ore and help someone else out. Whatever. Fucking hell. Receipts and contradictions are just this guy's thing. A pretty good way to identify Dungeoneers is to take notice of the way they're seeking small creator friends to add to their clicks instead of paying customers and readers. Ethan, that's you, buddy. That is a you thing. And they warble to each other about growing their platforms while they make videos about how to draw and grow their platforms and shout each other out and grow their platforms. Yeah, that's not a bad thing at all. Okay? It's precisely this kind of content that shrinks platforms. Because the reason why he's saying this, guys, is because he has only been able to get viewers from actually just creating drama. That's it. So he thinks anything that's not creating drama and bringing like thousands of eyes to something is shrinking a platform. That's just a very narrow-minded way of thinking. Literally, if he didn't do drama, he would not get as much, let's say, interaction and engagement. He just wouldn't, obviously. Eric July's content is almost him entirely lecturing his viewers about how to run business. Isn't that what you do? It's the same thing you do. That's his former fans are fleeing for the same reasons. I could say the same thing about yours. How about we bring up those Indiegogo campaigns, comment sections, asking for refunds. How about we do that? And we'll talk about people fleeing for the same reasons. Rini, last bit of advice from Papa EVS. That's just really cringe. These people aren't your friends, says the person who's burnt every bridge known to man. Talking about the only friends he has is what? Shane, that fucking useless piece of garbage. John Malin, who's just a crybaby most of the time. Anna, that Star Wars girl, I guess it's his friend. And who else? Anyone that pretends to be his friend just to get on his show or just suck his fucking fat balls off for clout. It's really all it is. I thought you were my friend. That's why I helped you. And look how that turned out. Spend 95% of your time and energy speaking to non-creative readers and customers. Sell Fiendish and sell Rini. But people associate her already with Fiendish. When you think of Rini draws, when people talk about her, people think of Fiendish. This is how you can tell this person's not even listening or even know what the fuck's going on. When I think of Rini, I just think of Fiendish, you know? Not a bandwagon opportunity for fake comic creators. It's unsustainable. And if any of them make good comics, they won't have trouble figuring it out anyhow. Right there, he keeps saying these stupid things like, well, you just have to make something good. Okay, then why don't other people that orbit this guy have the same level of money that they make on their campaigns?
Yeah, I mean, EVS has an audience from his DC work, and he brought that audience.
Not from Cyberfrog, as he likes to tell people.
He brought that audience into originally Kickstarter, and then he's full-time Indiegogo. So yeah, he brought that audience with him, and everyone around him is just trying to chip off of that audience. So it's essentially just a big microcosm of exactly what he's complaining about, you know. But yeah, it's she started out from nothing and working her way up. He started out in the indie scene with a full functioning audience that wanted to buy his stuff.
Yeah, and keep in mind, he got that audience when he was fired from DC making those car videos that he did back in the day. Like, it's hard to say how big of an audience he would have if he didn't actually do YouTube content. Like, yeah, getting into indie comics is very hard, but I imagine it would be even harder to kind of sell your comic books if you're just drama farming. All he does is drama farm. And those people, they don't, I mean, he doesn't believe this because he's just so stupid. They don't read his books. Very few of them have ever actually read his books. Let's be honest here. I know maybe one or two people that have really read them. I'll give a shout out to Ruby King. He did. You know, we argued back and forth on Twitter sometimes because he's a fucking weirdo. But he admitted, hey, he proved me wrong. Hey, he read a book. Okay, you got one. I know there's like two other guys that probably did. But most of these people now that he has, don't read his books. Because keep in mind, guys, they don't come out. He literally has nothing except just drama farming. That's it.
Well, yeah, that's what he created his audience off of. When he left DC, he wasn't out here doing 8-hour YouTube streams talking about Cyberfrog and his process.
It was that Comicsgate shit that
he was trashing on Marvel, trashing on DC, trashing on the movies, and he rode the wave of the anti-woke wave, and that's what created Comicsgate, was because they were that anti-cancel culture, anti-woke crew, and then all those people got pushed into that section, and then eventually they ran out of people to fight, so then they just started breaking up into factions, fighting each other. So now you have like 6 or 7. I don't follow them that well, but I know that there's like 6 or 7 factions now of true.
Yeah, CG, and keep in mind, outside of Comicsgate,
you know.
Oh, because even outside of Comicsgate, there literally is like a bunch of other smaller branches of indie creators. You know, like I know there's Indie Comics Relay. They've always been around promoting indie comic books, because that's the thing is drama will always just get more attention. That's it.
Well, yeah, it's a nitrous for attention. Like if you do a good roast or drama video and have a good title on it, you can instantly get like 200 followers in one stream. I've seen people do like in a week have like go up from like 100 followers to like 250 to almost 500 followers. The problem is that you're bringing them in, feeding them drama, and that's what they want to eat. So that if you don't give them more drama, then you're going to start losing people. And then you start, you see a lot of these drama farmers, they'll do drama, they'll get tired of it because it is very toxic and wears on you. Then they'll do a big old, they'll do a big old stream and they'll be like, oh, I want to change my ways. I'm going to go positive. 4 videos later, they're back to talking shit again because the 4 videos in between there where they were trying to be positive got a quarter of the views.
It's always
no one
that,
gave a shit.
Yep.
You know, and then pretty soon they're right back to it.
Those
it's
videos
like,
flopped as hard
sucks,
as those videos flopped as hard as Brave New World did at the box office. Flopped hard as fuck. Like, it's just one of those things where I'm people to understand. If this not even just with indie comics, if you just do drama related videos, those will always get views.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do something that's not drama, well, if you only gave people drama, that's the expectation that they have. Okay, like if you just never did drama, or you only talked about very serious issues when they arise, like every once in a while, like a lot of other content creators do, you're not considered a drama farmer because you're only kind of talking about things that you're really passionate about when they arise. You know, so like with comic books, we would talk about Mark Waid being a fucking retard whenever it would come up.
We're talking about James Gunn. What's he doing in the DCU?
Yeah,
along those lines. Yeah,
like if Tom King went out there and said, protect trans kids or some bullshit like that, yeah, we'd be here roasting the fuck out of that loser. But we're not doing that all the time. Like, imagine if I made like 5 Tom King videos saying I hate that guy, and I don't hate that guy, guys. I'm just using him as an example. You'd find that really fucking weird, right? But we get a lot of attention because he has a lot of haters, you know. So don't worry, guys. Your boy knows the YouTube game pretty well because, you know, I'm obviously a fucking genius. But chat, we're gonna go over all the chat really quickly, and then we're gonna read the comic book that we have for you guys today. Then we got to get to our topic because I have to head out of here in a little bit. I got like an hour and some change before, you know, because I have to talk to someone tonight about some content creator collab videos that we're gonna do. Nah, I'm kidding. Probably just gonna go to bed. I gotta wake up at fucking 6. I gotta wake up at like 6:30 in the morning. Holy shit! But yeah,
same here. I woke up at 5 this morning. I gotta wake up at 6 tomorrow.
Yeah, when you wake up at 6, you're like, all right, let's just get it done. Then you go to work and you get to work at 7, and you're like, okay, I'm not looking at the clock. You look at 7:30. You're like, fuck. Get a motherfucking credit card. No, I need my whites. That's true. If it ain't white, it ain't right. Sub WZ. This man is full of hate. That's true. Miss Sparkles, hey, how you doing? Hope you had a good day. Baby Yoda back there creeping. Yeah, he's just back there always creeping at us. He's just staring at us, man. Hi, Emily. How are you doing? How you doing? Cyber Frog is ugly and reminds of other comics out there. I bought the whole warts and all 90 size paperback that he had a long time ago. I bought that because I was like, hey, you know what? I generally thought this guy was doing some good stuff out there. I generally didn't think he was that bad of a guy. I was secretly kind of watching him for a long time. I was like, I didn't seem like a bad guy. He seemed like a really crazy guy, but it didn't seem like a bad guy. And I was like, you know what? True colors were shown after the whole I Saw #1 incident. I was like, yeah, you're a person you would not want to be around. It's someone where like you find out how much of a piece of shit they really are and how just insanely spiteful and hateful they are, and you're like, you know what? I'm good on that, honestly. You know, don't need fat fucks in my life. You know, lose weight, EBS, please. I only follow the whole Comicsgate stuff because I bother all the boys involved. Ooh, you know. But keep in mind, as a rich, hot, sexy man myself, you know, you can always bother me. I'm joking. I ordered Mugen Lord and Vaughn's new books alongside Phil Diaz's new book. I need to message Vaughn and John's long box because I never got their comics. I just have to order them and be like, I'm pretty sure they sent them and they might have got lost in the mail, but I never got Phenomenova issue #1 because people are asking, why didn't you ever review it? Well, I never got it. If I didn't review it, it's probably because I never got it. So I'm going to have to message John and Vaughn about that. Message the white guys and they'll give me what I want. Now, if they're black, I don't know about that, you know? Hypno is toxic, but I don't see him changing. You know, I don't really see Hypnotic as toxic, honestly. He's just a very honest guy, you know? That's just me. It's what I think, honestly. Renowned is really involved in the drama, and LG is too with Comicsgate. I'm a part of their community too. Yeah, I've seen you there. No, I like Renowned. Me and Renowned did collab videos in the past before. We did one last year, about 4 or 5 months ago. I know a lot of people like that one. I'll have to collab with them again. It's fun. I like talking to Renowned. I like that guy a lot. I like LG too. You know, LG's black and he can get me ladies. Ruby King fights with my bestie Tiamat. Ruby King's a weirdo. That guy had a complete meltdown just a few days ago. Oh God, man, this he got mad at I think Mike Wheeler for leaking someone's script, and then he completely mentally went boom on the stream. Actually, you need to clip that for a that should be clipped for a video you use on a freaking like what do you call them? Like videos you play for funny moments? Like, yeah, you would just use it for that, you
Like a
know?
meme.
Man, like a meme, like a complete actual meltdown, like the part where John Champion just threw his headset down and said, you guys are fucking pieces of shit and you should die. Oh, God. He is a bad guy. What he did to stick up for the Coke lawyer, blaming his kids, make EVS evil in my eyes. Oh, what the heck? I don't know about any of that. Because recently I haven't had a chance to watch everyone's videos yet, you know? But I would let Hypno talk my pants off. You know what? I think you would let me do that too, because I have a way with the words for the ladies, actually, you know?
Yeah.
You know, Miss Sparkles, don't you believe I have a way of talking to women that just makes them drop their underwear? Easy. You know, they call me a DJ Top G. No. Oh God. But before we go over this issue, guys, I would kind of call this a setup issue for the next one. Actually, wasn't a whole lot of action here, but it was very nice, well-paced issue as far as like intricate world building. There was a few things that I'll talk about that was kind of off to me, but you know, we'll get into it just a little bit here. Keeps my pants up. Oh, fucking hell. That see? That's bad. No, it's supposed to be off. What the hell?
She says your words are like a chastity belt.
My words make her underwear come down. It's easy. How I do it around here. That's what a top G does. But now, man, CG drama is just so cringe. Like, the only reason why I haven't interacted as much with it is just because the people that are just not just creators, the fans of it are just, oh my God. Cold is just no way to describe it.
Yeah.
Fanatic, no way to describe that. Just brainwashed. I don't even know. Brainwashed cult, something like that. Anything they say, they just believe. Anything they could. Ethan could literally tell his audience the sky's blue. Half of the motherfuckers would believe it. You'd be surprised, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's I can't watch any of it because it's just like I don't want to hear about how much they hate some other CG person that I don't know. It's just like a lot. They're just hating on each other all the time.
Yeah,
and it's just hate. You know, it's everything is they don't. They're hating shit before it even comes out, and it's just like I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. It's hard enough to do this shit as it is, to get yourself out there to get seen.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to mess with any of that. I stay with treat those guys like a 10-yard stick. Like back off. I got my own shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do you guys know? Oh yeah, I do. Yes, I do. I do very well. Not very well know them. I had Vito on a one-on-one a long time ago for my original YouTube channel. Dick Matheson's just a weirdo. I would never talk to that guy. That guy's just a.
I've heard the names, but I've never talked to him.
I haven't talked to Vito in a very long time, and we've only had Twitter interactions since then because he should just get his comic book done. His book is still not done. Recently, the only thing that I know that he did was that he was talking about Eric July, obviously, because that's the only person they can talk about to get any sort of engagement. Is talking about something with the whole double page spread thing that Eric messed up on and blowed with number one because he thought the page would look not as good as a double page spread, so he chose not to do it for this specific panel. Even though I agree with some of the other people, I really wish it was a double page spread because that would make it look better. I'll show you guys that when we review Blue with number one later on this week. But he was criticizing like Eric's books or whatever, and it's like you can criticize Eric's book if you want, but you yourself you took money from people and you haven't delivered on your book. That's what Mike Wheeler told him. It's like, hey, dude, you can criticize whatever the fuck you want, but hey, that's hypocritical, right? That's literally the definition of what a hypocrite is. Like people say that people just throw that word around too, like hypocrite. And they're like, you're a hypocrite. No. I'm not a hypocrite because I'm not doing the thing you're doing. So it would be like, let's say if we're both Christians, let's say we were outside preaching the word of God and we were not actually living by the word of God. Okay, that would make us hypocrites by that default, right? So now let's point it this way. If you're a Christian and I'm not a Christian, and I tell you you're being a hypocrite based off your actions, I'm not a hypocrite, guys. I'm just telling him his actions are hypocritical. Get it? I'm not a hypocrite because I'm pointing out what you're doing. You know, I'm not what you are. I'm not doing the things you're doing, actually. Do you know about Dick in the cow suit? And oh, no. Yeah, I heard he got pegged in a cow. That oh god, yeah, I heard of that. Yeah, apparently Dick Masterson got pegged in a house.
Wow.
That's just that's CG for you.
It's all about comics. Yeah.
Gotta get those views. God, man. Oh fuck. By his wife. God. I wonder if he mooed when he was getting pegged. Just fucking gross.
Now I'm wondering that.
The whole pedo thing. Oh god, I'm not touching that. I've seen those messages, but you know, oh god, that's just you ever just hear those things and you go, wow, just wow, holy fuck, yeah, that was that. Like out of all the things, you know, I know for a fact that MSK wants to get pegs. James told me that's not true. My butthole is not for sale. You know, it's just like what Orlando Brown said. Orlando Brown said, "You cannot take back what your butthole received." Yeah, I'm not doing that. My butthole is staying closed. I'm just gonna have sex with girls, doggy style, as I pull their hair and give them back shots. Or I'm not a huge fan of missionary, but you know, 6'9's good too. What's your top 3 sex positions, sir?
Well, it's been so long.
Dang it. See, that's the stereotype. Nerds don't get laid or anything, man. God damn. What is it? Is it hard for you to find girls in your part of the area of California? Because are you South or North California?
No, I'm Washington State.
You're Washington State? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in Washington State, and I live in a smaller town. And I don't drink, so I don't go to bars. And I don't like doing any of that party stuff scene. I'm not much big into like big groups, so I work on my comic book and art. I mean, I spend all my time here when I'm not out doing work or working on one of my 2 jobs. So I just spend my time doing stuff here, working on my comic book, and I just don't really go out there to meet anybody. Plus, it's a small town, so it's like.
Oh yeah, I'm not really a bar person. Like, you ever just go to bars or clubs and you just feel just so out of place?
Oh yeah, I went into one, and you know, I'm 44, and I walk into the bar.
A DILF. Okay.
Yeah, I walk in there, and it's like all these 21 to 25-year-olds
with like high schoolers. No,
I'm like, dude, everyone looks so young. I feel so friggin' old in here.
I'm just pointing out right now, girls love the older guys now. That narrative has changed. They love to get piped down by some old dude. I bet you got at least 8 inches to give them. No homo.
No homo. No, I look younger, Miss Sparkles, but yeah, I'm 44.
It's crazy. There's some people that I know that are in Washington. Is it expensive? Like people had said. People said it's almost just as expensive as out here, California.
It was. We beat you guys in California. Probably, I think, for like a month.
That's insane.
We're right behind you. We're right behind you on price wise, on cost of living and gas and all that shit. I live down in the southern part of Washington. Closer to Vancouver, and where I'm at right now, it's like it just keeps going up rent wise and everything. They've got it pretty much to the point where you could just barely like they're getting to the point where like no one's going to be able to afford to live there, so they're starting to like lose occupants.
Have to,
So it's like they're trying to push it, but it's almost at its peak right now.
like a bunch of people have to have roommates or something. Or Kayla, the girl who's friends with Joe and Sontag, she has to have 3 jobs to live in Boston. 3 jobs.
Oh yeah, like around here, there's multiple. It's not uncommon to see multiple families living together in like the same apartment, like 2 families in an apartment or a house. It's not uncommon at all with the way stuff is.
Good Lord. I'm going to be 40 in April. Yeah, but you're a MILF, so that's acceptable. You know, we love the MILFs around here. We heart MILFs out
Like
here.
a fine wine.
Oh, shit. I thought you were younger. I thought you said you're 44.
44, yeah. I turned 44 in December.
I thought you were like 39 or something.
Oh, well, thank you. So my lack of
she thought I was 18. Guys, I'm like 30. I'm old. I'm an old man at this point. You know, I know how to dick down the ladies and give them what daddy is gonna give them, and then that's it. That's all I got, you know. Oh my goodness. I was homeless, but I got lucky to get on housing. Yeah, like that's just, we don't even have that out here. Like, we don't really have Section 8 out here. My friend James says we do. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it at all. There's no way there's Section 8 out here. Section 8 housing out here. To get Section 8, you would need to be living in like Victorville or fucking like Redlands or some shit like that. And even that would be horrible. You'd be living in the literal like ghetto would be an understatement. Don't go outside at 10 o'clock at night. Let's just say that.
You got a pretty decent amount of low-income housing around here. It's one of the things Washington pushes all the way from Olympia. So you'll find a lot of places that are popping up that are low-income housing and also that are already here.
Yeah, because, dude, my there was a guy that I used to know where he would go to the gym out here, literally the one I go to like right across the street. He was like, man, I really want to leave California, or at least people that say they want to leave California, if they're from my town or my city, they want to leave the city because it's just boring trash out here, you know? But people are like, I want to leave so bad. They go to a different state and they're like, oh, it's just so much better over there. There's probably so much to do. Guys, it's just different place, same shit most of the time.
Yeah. The only reason why I'm still in Washington is because Washington is one of the most beautiful places I've been in America. Like I could go to I'm 30 minutes from the ocean. I can there's mountains, hiking. There's you can go across the mountains over to the other side of Washington. It's like a desert. I mean, it is just beautiful. I've been to, a couple other different states, and I stay here because it looks good. Because you're like you said, no, everywhere else you go, it's the same shit. Same shit.
Yeah, you think you're gonna move, and people go, well, there's more to do. You can just drive out. If you want to go do more stuff, literally drive and leave this place, or just go somewhere. It's really all you do, because everyone thinks
outside sucks though.
Going outside is overrated.
Out there and it's fun. And I just hate that shit. I'd rather just smoke weed and sit in my house.
Warren is not beating the stereotypes at all. It's a living comic book nerd stereotype dude.
Oh, dude! It's like I'll tell you, the easiest way to tell you that when I'm not high is when I'm sleeping.
Are you saying you have to get high to talk to me?
I get high to talk to everybody, so don't feel like bad or special or anything.
Damn, you're basically telling me, hey, I have to get all dolled up to look at you. God damn, man. Damn it. Now
I make sure the beard's good, wearing nicer shirts.
Yeah, oh my God, man. Good Lord. Fucking hell. She said, I got my name pulled 8 years ago. I did have a house, but my landlord ripped me off and kicked my kids out, and my kids and I out. What the hell? That's crazy.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Landlords have no chiller play. If bills or rent isn't paid, they just if rent isn't paid, they just kick you out. But I heard it's harder now compared to what it used to be. Like back then, as you said, it was just easier to just kick someone out. Now it's even harder for landlords to kick out tenants. It's like a whole process you have to do to really get rid of someone. It's really expensive too, Yeah,
it costs money to kick somebody out, and it was impossible during COVID for it here.
Yeah.
But it was they could still do it now, but they have to work around it, pull some tricky shit.
I get that. I gotta try to look pretty for you guys. What do you mean?
Aww.
You already look good by yourself the way you are. You don't even need makeup. You look great. We saw your pictures on Twitter. You look fantastic. And so do I. Oh, I I'm like a 10. You'd be like an 8. Warren, about a 7.5.
Oh,
That's the average. That's what people do. I gotta put myself highest and you guys lower. It's how it works.
Like 3 point higher than I give myself. Thank you very much.
I told this girl back then, just rate me on a scale of 1 to 10. She was like, I don't rate my guy friends. I'm not sleeping with you. It doesn't fucking matter. If a girl already thinks I'm not sleeping with this guy, then it doesn't matter what my rating is, right? Doesn't change shit. But girls do that thing where what's with girls these days? It's not honest. Like they just have to tell you the surface level bullshit lie to make you feel good without just being honest.
They don't want you to catch feelings because guy friends are usually just friends who want to sleep with girls.
That's true.
But they don't get a chance to. So when they ask for a rating, if she goes, "Oh, you're a 10, you're great, buddy," then instantly inside their head they're all like, "Oh, she thinks I'm a 10? Yeah, she wants me." And then the whole friendship gets all screwed up. Then I don't blame a girl. She doesn't want to do the whole rating friends shit because that can turn ugly real quick.
I just like chaos and drama like that. That's just what I am.
That guy that was so happy to help you move your couch probably wants to do more with you on the couch. So
yeah, the guy that went and helped you move that couch wants to fuck you on said couch. Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm a 3. Oh hell, what the? Oh God, I was like, damn.
You gotta read the rest of it, and Warren is an 8.
Oh God! Oh fucking hell! See, I didn't want to do that. See, I almost had it. I almost lost it there. 7. Seven's usually an average number for a lot of people. I have a couch. Oh my God, I have a fucking couch. I was literally laying on the couch as I read. What do you guys think I read the books on? I literally lay on the couch and read them with my back against the couch. God, Warren is a 9. WZ, stop being gay. Oh my God.
Thank you, WZ. Thank you.
Oh my God, don't get. He's doing that thing to get WC's guys to. Oh my goodness. Oh. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna do the review in another 5 minutes here. But yeah, guys, the reason why we generally do that a lot is just people just enjoy conversation and they love talking. It's just really all it is. But yeah, man, like it's a thing that I think it's just for younger people. They think, oh, I'll just move out of this town and things will be so much better. I'm gonna have more opportunities. And it's like, guys, it's all the same shit. It's more expensive. Like, people think California's expensive. No, I literally had someone that I know and another person that I knew of from school a long, long time ago. They moved up to Washington. They said it's as expensive as California. Nothing's different. Yeah. So
we have more greener trees. Like
you're just changing your location. You just essentially what you're trying to do is just be in a different location in a different house or apartment building.
Well, there is something, like if you do move, no one knows you. You have like kind of like a reset. It might be the same thing, but you get to reset yourself a bit. There is that, but if you're thinking that it's going to be better just because your town sucks, it's like, well, no, it's just the way that every town sucks. You have to fix that yourself if you want it to be
like,
better.
I'm gonna go meet a whole bunch of friends. It's like you didn't meet friends where you lived.
If I moved to Vancouver, I would be in my apartment when I'm not working, reading comic books, not talking to people. That's like every once in a while poking my head out to maybe go see a movie, but then right back home.
Yeah. It's crazy that because I usually stay in myself too. When I go out, people are like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long. You're so hot, rich, and good looking. You're so much taller. I'm like, yeah, I didn't die. I just don't go outside as much. Like literally, people don't know. Like I'll go to like a movie theater. I'll go to my movie theater out here and I'll watch a movie. And people are like, man, I haven't seen you in forever. It's like, you're supposed to see me every day? I don't know what I'm supposed to feel here. Like, man, just you don't see people for like 2 months or a year, 2 years, and they're like, they just think you're dead. They just literally think you're not alive anymore. I live in a ghetto apartment complex. It's even called a low-income government apartments. The rent is $1,500 for a 3-bedroom. $1,500 for a 3-bedroom. That's crazy. Back in the day, I remember 3-bedroom apartments were like what, $700?
Yeah. It's that. Yeah, $1,500. If you're talking about like not a low income, but a regular medium income or higher income, the average for like a 3-bedroom is going to be you'd be lucky to get under 2,000.
So a 1-bedroom for that would be about 800, 900,
probably, depending on on the like low income is also could be based on your income. So like
Yeah,
if you don't have any income at all, it could be some complexes will do it that way. So it all depends how it works out.
that's ridiculous. Yeah. I have some friends IRL. I think as I got older, I did that thing where I just kind of focused on building up myself and getting my life in order, then kind of doing all that other shit that people do in their
Yeah.
20s and 30s. That's what I wanted to do. I mean, I had a little bit of fun every once in a while, but like I think it's just that stuff just overrated. You can always do that as you build yourself up. You don't always just have to dedicate all of your time to fun. You can have fun. What's that saying? All work and no play. Yeah, I went with that saying.
Well, I used to hang around with a lot of bands, a lot of musicians, would do artwork for skateboarders, and eventually I just got to the point where it's like, I want to make comics. I'm going to do that, and I just started doing that. And if there was someone else doing comics that lived around me and we became friends, that would be cool. They could hang out, we could draw.
Yeah, most of the interactions since we are like in our houses essentially, most of the time the only way to find people of similar interests at any shot at doing it is to go online, because I'm pretty sure you have some IRL friends, they're not into the same shit you are. Like you couldn't essentially do this with them. You could do it with me. It's not back in the day, I could have did it. We did do it at some point, but it just came out like all bad, honestly. So like people ask like, why am I able to do this online as much? Well, as you get more acquainted with people online, you kind of just understand who's like good people. Essentially, you can kind of just read people better. No, I've never met you. We definitely can talk and have conversation and the thing with comic books is, well, that kind of drives things forward. You have a guiding goal in a conversation that kind of can lead to different places. Like, guys, I couldn't do this in real life. I don't know enough people that they're also not fucking, oh god, crap, they're just they wouldn't do this. It's just better online to do it with. Plus the people here, I don't know you're a lot more knowledgeable on certain things that I'm not knowledgeable on. That's how you balance things out. And to be fair, I wouldn't really want this in real life either. I mean, God, imagine could you imagine this? Could you imagine drama that would happen in real life if we were all hanging out and bad things happen? Oh, that would be so awkward. Oh, that would be so bad.
Just go work at a Walmart and you'll feel like you're living, real life.
Really? Oh, you worked at a Walmart before? Oh, okay.
I worked at a Walmart twice, and from now, I always tell people now that I would rather live in the parking lot of Walmart in my car than work at a Walmart again.
Did you work on the floor, or did you work as a stock or as a person that was like?
I was an overnight stalker, so I came in like at 10 o'clock at night and got off at.
But isn't that when most people are gone? Like your supervisors are mostly gone, right? So you just be stalking.
Well, there's the overnight supervisors and stuff, but it's just the employees all hate each other. Whatever. Night graveyard doesn't get done, day shift will bitch about because they have extra to do. So then they don't get stuff done. So then the evening shift bitches about day shift, and then they don't get stuff done. So we bitch about evening shift, and everyone hates each other.
And then everyone keeps saying, "No, you're not doing enough. No, you're not doing enough." Then it becomes that then no one just does anything, and but then one person is just doing everything at that point.
Someone's yelling at you for not doing enough work, and the lady next to you is 100 years old and can barely move, and your other employee has been 2 hours in the parking lot smoking weed and having sex with a girl from like Fabrics, and it's just like you're getting yelled at because you're there. I'm done with that bullshit. I'm never working there again.
Wait, hold on. You're saying before we get to the book, what you're saying is one time you were working stalking and a guy left to go smoke weed and bang a bitch out in his car.
Yeah, one of the other employees, like the family bathroom, the one that has the changing station, that changing station was used for a lot more than just changing diapers.
Did you work at the same Walmart or a different one in your town?
I worked at the same one, but both times.
God.
First time I was overnight maintenance. I just did janitor work essentially. And then the second time I was a stalker. And then, I quit that shit and I'm never going to go back. Never going to go back.
Well, but would you say the pay and benefits can mostly outweigh the reasons why people would stay there for years on end? Because I heard from everyone I from everyone I know that works there, they say they like it only because of the pay and the benefits. That's the only reason.
Well, yeah, the Walmart pays like now it's like fucking $4 more than minimum wage. And after you've been there for 2 years, you get benefits. And also, too, and I did just talk a lot of shit about them. Walmart has the most impressive in hiring practices. So you
I
can
heard
go
that. Yeah.
in just a floor person all the way to managing like 6 stores, making big bucks. And you can do that in their system. You just have to be insane and put up with so much toxic drama to get up to that stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but don't they give you a card where you get, that's true, you get like 50%, you get like a percentage off if you go in there
yeah,
and buy your groceries.
it's
You get like
yeah,
decent, I heard you get decent medical benefits to pay. So they don't do typical 8-hour shifts, they do 9-hour shifts. But you get an hour lunch, something like that,
you
right?
get an hour lunch, and they want you to sign out at lunch at the right time, and you get that full hour. Like, there's
That's
no,
crazy.
they'll fire you if you do the whole. Well, I worked through lunch. They're like, no, you didn't. You're gonna go take it now, or you're gonna get fired. Like they don't play around with that L&I shit. So.
Oh yeah, for a lot of people who don't know, the businesses can get in big trouble if the people that look at the hours find out that you like clocked out and you worked through a break. That's pretty illegal. Yeah. You can't really do those kind of things. Yeah. Today was my lucky day. I found out I had some money in an old crypto account. Well, you can give it to my wife.
Nice.
I'm too fat to be on the changing table. You're not even fat. Stop it. You look fine. Oh my God. You're like medium size, you know? With some nice assets.
So, Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, freaking hell. You know? Wonder Woman, who has pretty big boobs, actually, as you know, I like the bigger boobs, you know, bigger the better, obviously. Goodness gracious. Wait a minute. Hey, I wouldn't know that unless you show me. That's true. You know, I would not know that unless you show me. See, that's Riz right there. It's like, hey,
that's some Riz. Yeah,
that's some Riz right there. You gotta get like, okay, but it's a fist bump. Okay. Oh God. All right. Let's get something. Let's get it ready. So, yeah, one more. What's up, Tony? How you doing, buddy? Warren is speaking facts. I used to work at Walmart back in 2016, and the managers would rush you when you are on your lunch break and would never schedule enough people. See that, but that's the thing though. I don't even think sometimes it's not scheduling enough people. People just call off.
Well, yeah, and it's not good work. Like, it's real shitty. Pay is low, and you put up with a lot of shit from customers and from just the toxic environment of the workplace.
Oh, could you imagine being a cashier? It's like, nah. If I ever work there, you give me cashier, I'm just not working. I'm just
the
not.
Worst part about customer service is the customer.
WZ's black, apparently. Tony, no, I forbid you to talk to Tony. I'm joking. I'm kidding. It wasn't really like that. It wasn't really like one of those weirds, like, don't talk to other men. How dare you?
So possessive.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, you know, I think my wife really enjoyed those cream pies I gave her last night.
You're not married.
I thought you were fun. Oh my goodness.
So did I.
I'm gonna say jokes on you, but then again, I was genuinely surprised people believe that. I'm even saying it laughing. Hold on. Let me tell this person something.
Yeah, of course.
Miss 1 sec. Wrapping up. Oh my God. Okay. Give or take. You know what? No, we have to get that done. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, we could just go over it Tuesday. Yeah.
What's that?
No, not the review. We'll just go over the topic later on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
Yeah, because we're running out of time for you.
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure that we just get this all sorted out.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it. When is my new Rippa review? Well, we put out a Rippaverse comic book power ranking on my comic book channel literally about a few days ago. Wink, wink. You know, shameless plug. You know, but yeah.
Check out my channel. Check it out.
Shameless plugging all over the place. You know, no. Let's get this done. Oh goodness, what do you need, WZ? Oh my gosh, dude, holy fucking shit. I hate WZ. He just always does that. He's like, hey, we'll just
I
keep
think he's
asking.
awesome. Like
No,
he's got
no,
the wrench, he's
no.
great for the show.
God
He's
damn it,
good in the
man. God,
chat.
man, do not give WZ any more love, people. His governor is Ron DeSantis, that bigot, Nazi, fascist. I'm kidding.
You
With
have a
all the
great
buzzwords.
chat. You got there are all these cool people.
WZ is for WZ's from freaking Miami, and he's like, okay, this man's loving alligators or something. Maybe rides crocodiles to work or something.
If I was ever going to leave Washington, I'd want to go to Florida. I would go there. I would try it out.
They have hurricanes, man. I would not chance it. I couldn't do it, man.
I want to go the absolute opposite of the state. If I'm going to do of the country, I'm going to go right down to the bottom corner. I'm at the top right or top left. We're down top right now or bottom right.
I need something from DoorDash. Get it for MSK. What? You need something from DoorDash. You're going to get it from me. Okay. All right. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a comic book review on Absolute Wonder Woman #2. So if you guys have not had a chance to check out our Absolute Wonder Woman #1 comic book review, I would highly recommend you guys go and check out our Absolute Wonder Woman #1 comic book review. That way you guys can understand what we thought and felt about issue 1 of Absolute Wonder Woman #1, which I thought was very, very good for an introduction issue #1 to Absolute Wonder Woman. So this issue was more of a wrapping up of the first issue and kind of setting up Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman's relationship, and then ending off with the whole, hey, this other bad guy is more bigger than the one that you just faced.
Yeah, it's like, here's Cthulhu right at the
end. God, it's like, hey, I know this guy, Harbinger, was pretty powerful, but here's just this giant tarantula sea demon that we're going to face in issue #3. So, you know, there's always going to be these issues when it comes to comic books where the first issue's like really action-packed, and then the second one is more like kind of more dialogue heavy focus. I would say this book is more of an expositional dump than the first issue. Whereas with the first issue, I liked it a lot because it kind of managed to balance out several different narratives throughout, which is very hard to do for an issue #1, to really capture people, to really get them invested into the, you know, actual book. Whereas with this one, the pacing is still fine. The dialogue is fine. Mostly everything's still fine. It's just, you know, really just a setup book. That's just really all it is, honestly.
It's my one complaint is that it feels I'm kind of like, well, what's happening here? Is this whole series just going to be Wonder Woman fighting bigger monsters on this beach? Because like, if you look at the Absolute Batman one, there's every issue they're setting up characters, they're setting up this storyline, this web, and it's getting really, really interesting.
Scott Snyder has thought about it and planned it out multiple issues in advance, because he even said he has Absolute Batman written to like issue number 23, 24, when he had that random interview on that one YouTube channel where it got like 4 viewers, which is, I guess that's just what happens when you go on channels with less than 300 subscribers. But it feels like Kelly Thompson in this issue was just basically trying the most basic setup for Steve Trevor, because in the first part of the book, which is really like my only issue before we actually just dive straight into it, is basically it gets to this part, and you knew Steve Trevor was coming because that's obviously a staple Wonder Woman, you know, supporting character and love interest. So give me 1 second. Like, it just starts it off right here, because I will just say this right now, I don't know if the other issues that are out currently solve this problem, because this is only, what, 2 of 5, and I know they just dropped issue #5 for Absolute Wonder Woman when we're doing this comic book review of Absolute Wonder Woman issue #2, that this first arc is concluded, because right here, on this first page, it says, like, right here. Before Hell, the Wild Isle, home of Diana and Cersei. Just Steve Trevor is just there. Like he just pops up there. And then you never really get the backstory on how he ended up in hell. Now, I'm just going to make sure I preference this and say this because I know there's a weirdo comic fans out there. I'm not saying it's not revealed in later issues. I'm just saying in this issue, it's not. And if you really want to get people invested harder after how good issue 1 was, it's kind of pretty apparent you might want to have basically the same backstory panel setup that issue 1 had. Because issue 1 was able to balance out backstory, present, getting the story all set up for it to have this like big splash, where I felt like with this one, you could have went that extra route with Steve Trevor there. Because he just kind of shows up in hell, and then she's all, well, obviously at that point, she's already an adult, and her mother's already raised her to be a Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
No pun intended, you know? And that's it. And it's basically kind of and keep in mind, the writer of this is Kelly Thompson, and I know she's a girl, and they typically like, you know, getting swept off their feet. And the romance was cute. You know, it's one of this kind of felt like a slice of life romance issue for Absolute Wonder Woman. That's kind of how I felt about it. You know, it's not bad, it's not great, it's just all right. It's one of those TV show episodes you just go through in a TV show and you're like, okay, this is just setting up to get me to the next issue that's going to be even better, you know? So I don't know if you have similar thoughts, but that's kind of just what I was thinking when I was just generally reading it, you know?
No, I agree. I think it would have been better if they extended, because the fight where it ended, where that big beak monster thing came out. Yeah, Harbinger. If they would have extended the Harbinger fight through the entire issue, and then maybe have Steve on a radio talking to her that way, or he's fighting, like shooting monsters on the side of her, I think that would have been better than with the flashbacks of him showing up the island on those lines. I think it would have filled out more, because you got the first fight, which wasn't that satisfying, and then all of this slice of life stuff. And it does, you know, give some fill in, but it wasn't as well done mixing in with the action as the first issue did. So yeah, it felt a little like it slowed down a bit on the second one, but the artwork's still great, and it's still paced wonderfully and laid out real well. Dialogue is good. It's just they didn't have much action in this one. There wasn't much. It was more of, like you said, a slice of life romance kind of thing. So
yeah, that's the thing where the fight with Harbinger, it's one of those fights where they should have kind of had a little bit more meat on the bone finishing him off, because that's what they set up to in issue number 1 really well. It's like, oh, it's gonna be a big battle when she, you know, gets her lasso of truth, you know, and it just kind of, okay, she tells it to go, she literally just tells it, hey, you need to leave right now, and this big giant monster just walks away back into this giant like rock formation there, and I was like, okay, that felt a little anticlimactic. Now keep in mind, guys, I'm still gonna have Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 1 in my top 10 floppies of the year. It was really, really good, but this one was just, it's like an episode of TV after the first episode where it's like, okay, super explosive first episode, now we're getting a calm, quiet issue, like second issue or episode 2. So time to go start fucking my wife. I'm joking, guys. Time to start going through the book. So we pick up where we last left off at Gateway City. Wonder Woman is fighting Harbinger, and she wraps it up, no pun intended, with the lasso of truth, and basically ends up telling Harbinger, you need to leave. That's essentially it, you know?
Yeah, the lasso seems to burn him. Like, I think it has other abilities that just truth now.
So I guess, like, if you're from hell, it burns you and makes your sins impact you 10 times harder.
Oh, okay. It's like a pendant stare and a rope.
Yeah.
Got it.
So then, what was interesting in this issue compared to the last one that I did like, the panels were drawn so dynamic. I will say this, the artist is doing very, very good work with how dynamic the panels are, actually, in the series so far for the first 2 issues. And the writer, in a second here, well, I'll remember their name, but after that, basically, Wonder Woman tells Harbinger to leave, And then she kind of feels later on in the issue that something bigger is coming, because that's just kind of how these gods and monsters story work. There's always a bigger enemy. It's kind of just how that works, actually. And then, you get your Absolute Wonder Woman, the last Amazon part 2 of 5. The artist, Hayden Sherman, doing a very, very good job on art, actually. And as you know, with Wonder Woman, Steve Trevor was going to be a player in this. This is now you get into the backstory point of view, because after she defeated Harbinger, Steve Trevor ends up saying, "Hey, Diana." So and this is the other thing. You get to the part where you're like, "How did he end up in hell?" That's just that's just a jump. That's a big jump right there. And they could have told the 2 pages of backstory there about how he got there. If you're gonna do a setup issue like that way you don't have to tackle that later on. I'm gonna say this again. I'm not saying they're not gonna do it in the later issues 3, 4, and 5, but it would have been good to do it here. So Wonder Woman sees the first man she's ever seen probably in her entire life, and her vagina is probably getting really wet, like most girls when they get next to me. This is how it happens. They just turn girls on. He comes to the revelation that he's in hell. Just like that's how you can tell this is a slice of life book. Man just figures out he's in hell. And there's 2 women. He's probably thinking like threesome. I'll be thinking that. But that's just me. So they end up, talking on the beach. Basically, he's talking about what he does on Earth, and she's talking about like what she is in hell, actually, and how they deal with living there. Good Lord. And then after that, it fast forwards to the present again, where basically Wonder Woman is getting yelled at by the commander-in-chief above, Steve Trevor. He's basically telling her that, hey, I could essentially have you arrested for several different reasons, but she's like, hey, no, you need me. That's not happening, actually. So that's really all that was, and that's too it's really stereotypical of a freaking story trope, right? Where you have the guy who's like, you can't be in this jurisdiction. I don't like you. I don't care. I could punch your head off if I wanted to, but didn't do that. But that was just kind of the interaction that she had with that guy, and then you get more slice of life stuff. You figure out that her Pegasus. Oh God, this is so dark. The skin of it was skinned off. It was they skinned the Pegasus alive, the horse that she was riding in issue number 1. And one of the officers was like, "What the hell does a dead horse eat?" She said, "Magic." I mean, it's an undead horse. I would imagine it needs to. Why does it need to eat? It's not alive, but whatever. It's just so ridiculous sometimes with some of the dialogue here. It's like, why would an undead horse need to eat? And then you get, Steve petting Pegasus, and then Wonder Woman basically telling Steve, hey, there's going to be others coming very similar to Harbinger. And then after that, they get this whistle sound that kind of makes them go, what the fuck's going on? And then after that, you get the next big villain they're going to face, which is, I think it's called Tetracide, right? Yeah, Tetracide. Apparently, that's who this is. And then after that, the book ends. And as her telling the commander to evacuate the city while you have time. And then she basically just ends the book off, basically saying she was wrong because goddess protect us all. The Tetracide leaves nothing behind. And that's it. That's issue 2. So basically, set up. You got Steve Trevor. How would I say this? Their initial backstory to her and him meeting in hell, and then it going fast forward to the present, kind of like involving the army or Steve Trevor's part of the army about what the hell's going on, how she's going to help them, how she wants to help them, where she's still a character who's going to be this person where she wants to help out the world of man. She's here to do that. And then you get the end of a new villain coming, and you get the little slice of life stuff about, hey, how I'm gonna pet your horse, and I'm gonna talk to the horse, stuff like that. So yeah, it's not a bad issue. It's just a bunch of setup. That's just really all it is,
like she says a great line here. Steve asks her, how is he alive? And she says, magic and sacrifice, just like you. So they had to have done something to get him resurrected and out of hell. Mm-hmm. So that'll probably be shown in the future. And then it says here that there will be others too. He says others, and she says heroes. So that must be the first like indication of a team up coming down to the road
Yeah.
way sometime.
Oh, another piece of setup here is that she mentioned heroes coming later on in the book, where she mentioned, right here before the whistling came out of that Tetracide villain, where she said, they will come around, Steve. I'm sorry to say there are many things coming that will force them to. They need my help, and there will be others too. Others, he says. And then she just replies, heroes. So
Yeah.
Because people don't know, they have to cross over these books at some point. And I think it's because some of these lines could easily lose steam. I'm not saying this loses steam with the later issues before we read them, but just the way that this is going, I don't know how many arcs this can be a thing of like, hey, now I'm just going to fight an even bigger bad guy. Are they just going for like the villain of the week kind of thing, which is not bad, but that could get old very, very soon, honestly.
Well, there's going to have to be definitely a more pronounced villain showing up, and I hope in the next couple issues.
We still haven't got Cheetah. We still haven't got Ares. Those are some of her prominent villains right there.
Ares sounds like it'd be a good one with all the god, Greek mythology theme stuff in this. Because like with Batman, you've already got like a bunch of different villains being set up, and
all of them.
Yeah. I imagine when they get all of the one shots or the arcs done, so Flash, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, and Aquaman, I imagine we'll have a Justice League or one.
Are they doing absolute Aquaman? The only two that I've heard of was Martian Manhunter and Flash.
That's the only two
and Green
I've heard
Lantern.
of.
Oh God, that's their Justice League: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Flash, and Green Lantern in the absolute universe.
Have they announced Green Lantern yet?
Yeah, that's gonna be written by like Al Ewing or something like that.
Okay, all right, cool.
It's with some black chick.
Oh, okay, cool. So then I imagine Aquaman. What they could also wait to do the Justice League book to introduce Aquaman, and then Aquaman series starts after the Justice League book. They could be doing that route also. It seems like whatever Wonder Woman's doing is going to be possibly what ties them all together to fight. I'm not quite sure though. But yeah, not a bad issue.
Yeah, that's kind of how I would kind of classify this issue number 2, everyone, of Absolute Wonder Woman. Just nice setup, wholesome dialogue. You had a cool the balancing of the narrative is still kind of there. It's still very prevalent. I would just say, hey, the backstory for Steve Trevor, at least teased, would have been good enough. Just a little bit, but I could easily see this kind of falling off later on after a first arc, because I don't know what direction they're going to be taking this series, honestly.
Yeah.
But we still haven't got the Absolute Superman yet, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, any other closing thoughts and opinions on Absolute Wonder Woman number 2?
Nah, it's middle, it's a good, decent book. Not bad.
Yeah, it's starting decent so far. I thought issue 1 was fantastic. This one, solid, good overall. I didn't hate it when I read it.
It didn't make me want to quit reading it altogether. Like, pull it from my pull list. No, I've got 3 and 4 over there right now in my living room. So.
And you have the lighter right there.
Damn you, Marvel!
God, at least they didn't do the whole ad from like the first book. Absolutely.
Well, compared to the Naruto book that had that we did yesterday, that had
4 extra pages. Yeah,
this one, I was going to mention that to you too. It's just 1 page, 2 page right there, 1 sheet. That's the ads. Back cover ad, and then that's it. I like that.
And what I like about some of these books now is that they're advertising if you guys don't know, before we wrap up the review, they're advertising their DC's Finest line. And you should get these. These are DC's new collected editions, basically highlighting various story arcs from a popular character's popular story arc at a time period. But they need to highlight the Compact Comics more. I've not seen really a lot of ads highlighting those. I don't know why they haven't yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Why they were because I have a bunch of I have all the ones that are out right now.
Yeah, I have a lot of these. I actually have all 4 of these finance collections right there. I have the Wonder Woman one, Batman one, Flash one, Superman one. I have the Justice League one. I have the Green Lantern one. The other ones I'm interested in getting in the Harley Quinn one. I recently just bought that up on my pull list. I got the Teen Titans Juice contract one. Yeah, the only ones I don't have is Aquaman, Supergirl, Doom Patrol, Catwoman, Legion of Superheroes, and 0 Hour events. That's it. I'll be getting a team up one coming up very, very soon. But yeah, guys, I would say if you want to just dive into DC Comics, $40 for a good collected edition of like some popular story arcs from a popular superhero. Get those. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace. Wow. And okay, so he wants, okay, I told him 10:40. What time is it right now? 10:30?
10:30, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just do the topic later. We'll just kind of just wrap it up here. But yeah, we'll do 10 minutes and that's it because I got to see it in 10 minutes. But yeah, oh, goodness gracious. Let me board this back up.
Yeah.
This is going into the shelf over here. Other floppies that I've read this year in order. Oh, God, there's so many. There's so many. Oh, my goodness. I got to put these in order, too. So, yeah, guys, you would assume this pile's bigger after all the floppies we've reviewed. So, for the floppies, what's the first one I reviewed? Was this one. Ultimate Universe, #1. This literally just should have been an Ultimate Invasion, the trade paperback. This is literally how you would have, fucking Marvel, Jesus Christ. And then, do you know what's crazy, man? They said that this got fucking put in Ultimate X-Men. I have the Ultimate X-Men trade. It's not there. They put a book to be solicited in a trade that is not there. And this, because they might have made a mistake on the solicitations, because this is going to be in this is supposed to be in the Ultimate first trade. That's crazy. It's just don't make fucking hell. Just so as I read this, I have DC All In. I read that. All the first 3 issues of Absolute Batman. We already reviewed those. And then what did we do after that? We did the first issue of Absolute Wonder Woman. This was really, really good. We did Justice League no. Did we do Justice League before we did TMNT? I think we did Justice League first. Yeah, we did Justice League Unlimited, #1. Then we did TMNT Naruto, and then we did this one. So all the floppies in order. Then I'm going to go through and probably do a top 10 when we get enough of these, like, halfway through the year, honestly. Ugh. People that's like, what else is going to be on your list? You're going to be reviewing some indie books? Oh, God, guys, we need time for everything. There's just not enough time in the world for all that shit, you know? There just isn't, honestly. So we're going to be back here with you guys with BS Warren. BS Warren. God, it's another Warren. Too many Warrens. Oh, my God. But no. We'll see Warren again on Thursday. No, Wednesday. Wednesday will be here. Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So next week, okay, so I know we'll have Lapsed Comic Fan back Friday. We should. He said he was going to be out for 2 weeks. So we have the panel show with you Wednesday. Thursday, we'll just... Do you have the second issue of TMNT and Naruto?
I think I might. I'd have to double check. But I think I do have the second issue, yes.
Okay. Just let me know if you do, then we'll do that one. But if not, because you said you have the single issues of Rook X.
Yeah, I've got all the Rooks up to current, I believe. And
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me know if you have the TMNT. If not, then we'll just do issue 1 of Rook Exodus or something like that first. Then
yeah, that works. Yeah, okay. I'll message you tonight if I got it or not.
Okay. And then obviously on Friday we'll do Absolute Wonder Woman issue #3. Yeah, damn, we're almost halfway through these arcs now because with Lapsed Comic Fan, we're gonna do Absolute Batman #4. That's already just one more issue till it's done. That arc's over, and Absolute Batman #6 drops not this week coming up, but the following one. So we'll all just be ready right when they drop. That's what I want to be ready for floppies. Right when the newest one drops, we order it,
Boom. Yeah.
get it there, done. God, man, just catching up is so hard sometimes. Holy fuck, dude. But what else is there? Yeah, because some of these weeks, if you guys don't know, it's dry some of these weeks. There's like nothing coming out, man. I'm gonna need an extra title right here since I'm taking off the DC stuff. Let me see. I'm gonna get Hush. Let me see. Let me copy that. Let me take out that. Let me add in some extra. Freaking. Let's just put Washington. There we go. We talked about Washington earlier.
Yeah, that'll work.
Washington State. There we go. Fuck yeah. All right, it's there.
Manga fans out there, this is an excellent series to get into.
Hold on. Let me see which one that is. What is that?
It's Freyan, the Beyond the Journey's End. It's just had the data first season on its anime. It's just came out on Netflix.
Okay, gotcha.
It's also been on Crunchyroll for a while. This is an excellent story.
Let's see. What other manga did I recently buy? Oh, because I think Walter, one of my subscribers, mods, he asked me, was I going to do anything for manga related recently? So, how would I say this? I did get something that I've wanted to get for a while. And for manga, if people don't know, I've had random volumes of manga throughout my whole life. I still have just manga volumes of a lot of the anime that I really, really enjoy. But it's better overall to have the entire thing all in one shot, because if we're going to do any projects for it, most people have the issues, right, in order. And I want to, if we're going to do anything manga related, we'll just start at volume 1, where you would get a volume 1 and start it at, because that's just kind of how manga gets that. That's how manga works. Yeah. So I'm going to have to see like which manga you guys have, like as far as people that we do reviews with, to see like which one we're going to do. I think I know which one we're going to do based off of how I think I know you guys' personalities, but I could be wrong. Because I ordered this manga set for this anime that I really, really like. And I wrote down the other ones that I want to get their sets too. So I'm going to finish out one anime's complete manga sets, then do the next one, then the next one. Like 3-in-1s. Like I love 3-in-1s. They're great bang for your buck. Omnibuses for manga. But the problem with this sometimes is they don't release them as frequently as Marvel and DC do for them. Like if this 3-in-1 is, it's not like they're slow or coming out. It's not like they take forever, but it's just not as often to, So essentially,
because a lot of series are still going too. They usually do the 3-in-1s for series that have ended.
WZ said,
well, not all of them.
Free Ren? I saw the first episode. It was pretty good. Oh, yeah. Laps, what's up, man? How is everyone? My God, I think my job is trying to kill me. Laps, man. Oh, my God. Speaking of Laps, we were just talking about this guy. Wait, we just say his name and he appears? Is he fucking Candyman? Good Lord. Laps, are you going to be back for Fridays? Or are you still, essentially dead? So it's not like we need you. We're essentially carrying the show without you. Just jab a little bit there. But yeah, man. Can't wait to talk to Laps on Tuesday. We're gonna do Absolute Batman number 4, and then wrap that up in the following week and be done with Absolute Batman, so we can just get to more stuff. That's kind of the point here. Finishing up current ongoing series that we're into, and then just kind of going over trades or hardcovers. I still want to break my curse of reading my first omnibus, just getting that done for review. Guys, I swear to God, I'll promise you this right now. When we ever do review an omnibus, there will be no topics that night. We're starting that review pretty much 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in. The books are huge, man. Oh my God. Like, also for an omnibus, is it good for a review if you go over like all that other backup stuff that's in there too? Because I know a lot of people do that, but I don't know how necessary is that to the overall story though. Because omnibuses just kind of put a bunch of shit in there just to have it there, but how is it actually super effective to the overall like character arc you're reading?
It's like a rare interview with like the creator or something. Like that might be interesting to read. But
3 people adds for better opinions. Oh, he's basically saying if you add me to get better opinions. Oh, you fucking bastard. Damn white people. Yeah, I can do Friday. We should do one with Warren. I do the magic making around here. There is one time I want to have all the guys I do comic book stuff with. So me, you, Savage Dad, and Laps on a show doing comics. That'd be pretty fun. We've not all had Exodia come together yet, you know. Well, so I forgot. I didn't tell you the plan that I had. So I told Laps on Tuesday. What I want to do when I have all you guys together is it's like a format of like basically I'm gonna call it hot take, cold take, where I'm gonna have first like comic book industry stuff for the most part, or we do movies or whatever. Basically, you give a hot take that you feel about a comic book or a series or whatever, and then someone also gives a hot take, and we just debate on said hot take. You know?
Okay, yeah.
That's gonna be really hard because one of those hot takes could take up the whole show's time. You know? So basically, us blaming MSK. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! A nice man-on-man gang. That's just gay. WZ, you're just fucking gay. I literally woke up 5 minutes ago after passing out in my work chair. Yeah, I do that too. I'll just fucking pass out randomly. Be like, oh great, time to go lay down. Literally, when I feel like I have to go lay down, I'm just done. And I'm just out for a couple hours. Like it happened yesterday, Thursday. I thought I was gonna have a one-on-one with someone. The person literally messaged me like at 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, I missed you. Well, thank you. Because the reason why I took a nap before was because I thought I was gonna have him, so I wanted to be all rested. Like if someone tells me when I'm one-on-one, we're gonna have a show, I usually like to rest and make sure I'm ready for the show. I'm energetic and ready to go. But then I just stream League because I didn't have my one-on-one, and I gonna have to stream if I put a stream there. Usually I don't want to have people see that and go, hey, it's not gonna happen, you know. I feel that MSK, we're dead. Yeah, literally when I get home from work, if I don't drink an energy drink, I will pass out. I will just be done. I'll be completely dead, you know. But yeah, I kind of want us to do that. Maybe Savage Dad's best day will probably, keep in mind, me and Laps, we would probably end up having to do it because we would do it the same days you're off too. So it'd be like maybe a Wednesday. So essentially instead of doing a panel show that Wednesday, that would just be the panel show, or I would just do two of them, except that one would just be earlier. But that is just a lot. You guys, the hot takes are going to be insane. Savage Dad's going to be like, I think Hal Jordan's an overrated character. Kyle Rayner is better. He's going to say that. I know his hot take. That's his hot take. Yeah, Kyle Rayner is a pretty fun, good character. I like Kyle Rayner, but like, god damn. I could tell Laps his is like Mark Waid's the best comic writer of all time. That's Laps.
I love Gail Simone.
No. Oh no. Easy hot take show. Top 5 of DC's characters. Top 5 of DC and Marvel characters arcs. Ooh. That's fun. That's pretty fun. Okay, he's cooking there. So I want to give you guys time to cook up your hot take. That way we don't have the same ones. You know, mine will probably be more industry based because I just see of so many ways to just fix everything. You know, but that's because I'm a damn genius, honestly. Of course. But yeah, he's patronizing me. This man said he has to get high to talk to me. Oh my goodness. Damn.
Told you I get high to talk to everybody.
No, that means I'm no different. No, I thought I was different. Holy crap.
Oh no, I get extra high for you, MSK.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, hold on. What the hell happened here? Oh my god. Okay. So freaking, oh my goodness. Guys, I think I just won $1 million. No, I'm kidding. I ain't won shit. I was doing that for dramatic effect. But no, yeah. So here's some of the plans for comic book review content coming up. So before we go, when does Hush 2 drop? Hush 2 drops March 26th, right? I'm pretty sure.
If I'm wrong,
March 26th is when Hush 2 drops, I think, right?
Okay.
Because we're gonna do I'll do the Hush 2 topic with Laps this Tuesday because that way when we talk on Thursday, we can go over oh man, the topics coming up have been so spicy. Your brain's gonna fry when you know this one. Absolute, just completely fried. Hot take: Kathleen Kennedy needs to run Marvel and the MCU content for years. Yeah, that's just how you actually burn it to the ground. If you want to literally burn it to the ground, give it to her. Laps, no one's gonna debate that because everyone's gonna go, you're a crackhead. That's just instant. That's like, you You doing drugs? You actually sniffing crack? Goodness gracious. So come on. Okay, it comes out. Okay, I have it right here. Batman issue 158, March 26th. I thought it was the week of the 16th. No, it's March 26th. So literally at the end of the month. And if you go and look at Hush's 2's numbers compared to a lot of things coming out, look at that. Look at that big fat number. Everything else in here is pretty much just kind of dropped off in interest. Number ones will always have good interest. Why the fuck does that was ugly, man? This is bad.
Number
Who are
one
they
is
paying for that?
number one's collector. You know, you're talking about with Hush too.
Right,
That's
yeah.
Jim Lee key issue on a big, huge sequel, and the
Yeah.
number one's going to be. It'll be interesting to see how Hush 2 number 2 does compared to what number 1 did. How much of that is collector hype, and how much of that is people who are like, I want Jim Lee. You know, I need Jim Lee art.
Yeah, but they know he wasn't a long-term solution because they already are going to reboot the book with you know, Jorge Jimenez and Matt Fraction coming up in September. Actually,
yeah,
like it was always going to be a temporary solution. They just didn't want Chip Zdarsky on the book anymore. You could tell he was kind of mad when he got kicked off the book because remember that interview he had or that Substack thing he wrote. It was like, well, the delays aren't my fault. Not on our team's fault. No, we know it's your fault. They're just kicking you off. You're definitely at fault for this. But yeah, man. Anything else you want to bring up before we head to the show? Actually,
no, I'm good to go, man. If you guys want to find me, Lunchbox Warren on the any of the social media searches, and you'll all pop right up. And I'm the you can check out my comic book, Global Comics, and yeah, you guys have a great night.
Yeah, I will have all of the covers for Hush 2, number 1. I'm an idiot. Yeah, God. Buy them all for me, Daddy, please. I need you to spend money on me. He owes me, Laps owes me child support, everyone. For me, I'll be honest here, I don't think the main cover looks all that good. And that's coming from someone that likes a lot of Jim Lee's art. I think a lot of the variant covers look way better. That Dan Moore variant looks way better. Before we go, please, guys, look at this. I know Jim Lee can do better. This is not that good. This main cover is not all that good. Yeah. It's pretty meh. The Dan Mora cover looks better. This one by Jesus Christ, Gabriel Del Odo looks a little bit better. This one looks pretty cool by Jim Lee. You have another one by Jim Lee. Scott Campbell's variant looks good. You're obviously gonna have a ton of incentive variants. It's fucking Jim Lee. Yeah, look at these. This is great. That main cover is just fun. Yeah, he phoned it in on that one. He was like, okay, I got to do a main cover. There's no real effort here. There's no real effort in this. That looks bad. You know?
Yeah.
Like this could have worked as a cover, but it's just feels like it's just doing too much.
Not his best work.
Just very janky. Very just feels like over bloated and overcompensating. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I'm probably gonna get the Dan Morrill one if I have to choose. I might just get both because he said it's going to be reprinted. It's going to be a Batman giant size special edition, issue 158. What does that even mean? So it's 40 pages, $14.99. Oh, fuck off. Oh, Jim, suck my fucking nuts.
It's an artboard size. It's 11 by 17. So that's probably why it's so much more.
Gosh. Well, as you guys know, for me, we'll have our panel show tomorrow with me and B.S. Warren. I don't know who's going to be there with us. I'm pretty sure Society or Sci-Fax might be there, give or take schedules or some shit like that. Then I'm going to read Bloodworth number 1 to do that comic book review with Professor Savage Dad on Sunday, and with the Cloud 9 podcast on Sunday. And keep in mind, the Cloud 9 podcast is going to run as a weekly show for these for this week coming up, just this week coming up, because there's going to be a League of Legends international event, and we got a lot of League of Legends to talk about. So that requires more Cloud 9 podcast episodes when those events are running. And then on Monday, a panel show. And that's pretty much it. I can show up depending on the time. Oh, the same time. It would be just 6 o'clock. It's the same time, 6 or 6:30, give or take. And yeah, we'll be back here with more comic book related content for you guys. Following week, we got a lot of bangers coming for you guys. Hey, we're trying to work on some good stuff for you guys here. Not this crazy drama farming shit that everyone's kind of used to. No. We're changing it up. We're doing something different. And Warren will not smoke weed to talk to all of us on one of the round tables. He made me feel so bad when he said that. He's like, I gotta get high to talk to this crazy fucker. What did I do? He'll hurt my feelings. What did I do?
My question is, why isn't everybody else getting high?
Of course a drug addict would say that. Of course. Oh, God. Well, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. And hope you guys have a great weekend.